Hey everyone, welcome back. This is kind of just a follow-up to the last video. I guess I realized that I kind of left you on a cliffhanger. Yeah, we are kind of discussing how we're living in a meaningless world, and okay, that's great. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. I really wanted to explain and kind of explore a little bit more about what it means to follow your purpose and what it kind of has meant for me in terms of my growth, my expansion, and my mental health, and, just being on a good spiritual journey, is that I've really realized that the universe has made it pretty simple. It's up to us to be able to take the cues. The universe is always giving you cues of what you should be present for, uh, gifting you many blessings in which a lot of times we're sort of unable, preoccupied, unable to receive those gifts. And what I've learned is it's really in the simplicity, the day to day, small little things in which you can become more present to. You see, a lot of times we think our purpose is this grand master plan. We're meant to be someone huge, like, I don't know, Beyonce or somebody. In reality, that's not really necessary for a lot of souls right now at this time, but there's an illusion, and we think it's true that we were supposed to be big. And if you think about it, what we're really given is an opportunity to be pretty small. It's the small things that have given us purpose in our lives, the things that we can actually show up for. Like, for example, literally having a cup of tea. The universe has given you the breath, the water, the propane, the time, the skeleton that's holding up your skin and the muscles in your body. Like, you could get really serious with yourself and actually look at what it is to be on purpose. What is it that makes you a purposeful being? You can get really technical with it. And aligned with this idea that the universe is going to give you these cues, it's something that we sort of have to listen for. I was kind of surprised when the universe kept giving me the cues to sort of be a duck owner. And I was thinking to myself, I've never been around ducks. How can that be? Why am I being guided? Why do I feel excited around, you know, ducks? And I got to a place where I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to be some sort of a steward. Maybe duck heritage is something I can learn from, blah, blah, blah. And at one point, I even asked the universe, well, is it possible to even have a duck? And you get to this point where you're starting to live that purpose. You find yourself with a duck and you are on purpose in that, and it makes no sense to anyone else, but your it is your purpose, and it makes fully sense to you. You know what I mean? So you have to listen to those cues no matter what they're saying. They might be a little out there if you're anyone like me, but another thing is that it's probably a lot of times something that you have ignored, or it's something that you've maybe given up on. I I don't even know if I want to tell this, but because I feel like I might get some sort of, man, who cares? I was once soaking in a hot spring, and I was at the time in my life where I had just given up. I had just become a slug. I was completely content just living in my waters and having no purpose. And one night in particular, there was a pretty, loud group, and they were just having fun around me, and I kind of gave off the energy, yes, I'm in relaxation mode, like I don't really want to talk. And everyone else kind of got the hint, and I just needed to be in that space, when you just don't feel great, and you don't want to tell anybody about your life because you just don't feel there's a need because you've kind of lost your purpose. Yeah, that was me. And in this moment, like, way up in the mountains, there is no light, and it was a moment for me to hide. I had totally just needed that moment to just be obscure. the unknown. Like, I am just so not a purposeful being, was like what was going on in my subconscious. And all of a sudden, in the nighttime, out of nowhere, this person in this group, a man, he said, well, to the woman over there, here's where I think I'll probably get the backlash. I was so annoyed and no one could see me. And so I had, in this moment, decided to reply, no habla inglés. And he believed me. You guys, I'm sorry. I didn't want to talk, and I knew he didn't speak Spanish, and I knew it was going to be a deal breaker. But it wasn't, because the universe had literally sought me out and was asking me a very specific question. And he said, oh, he replied, sorry, I don't mean to bother you, but oh, okay, this is a good opportunity. I just want to ask you one question. What is the definition of the word curandera? You know what? I probably just rolled over in that swamp and just probably died a few deaths. I had no idea how much that was stored inside of me, something that I had given up on, run away from. My purpose of being a medicine person and on my path as a purposeful type of healer, it had just gotten to a place where I just wanted to ignore all of it, and the universe had just really sought me out and was like, no, I'm giving you cues. Get up, get back to your world, start doing the things you love, the things that your soul yearns for. And that's like the last point I'm going to leave you with, is your purpose is simply whatever it is you love doing. The excitement in the cells of your body, when that lights up, and that version of yourself where you're just like, this is it, like it all makes sense, like this is normal for me to be doing, like regardless of what the external world and all of that stuff we talked about in terms of these programmings and taking us away from our inner core, our essence, our being. It's really those moments that bring us back opportunity and potentiality for our life, like when we get excited to just go into creation mode. You are the artist of your life, so just start painting whatever it is that you enjoy painting. That's your purpose.